I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It has been an exciting day so far. We woke up to some pretty crazy Powell news. It was actually last night, potential DOJ indictment. We actually didn't hear about the indictment from Donald Trump. We heard about it from Powell, making a very rare video talking about it. So we went over it today. We've even played where this came from. This came from last year. If you guys remember when Powell was touring the renovations with Donald Trump. But here's the thing you need to know. The sell America trade, the dollar debasement, the outperformance in Europe, that's where this came from. Anytime they start yelling about Fed independence, it brings up the sell America trade. So that's the important financial aspect. I'm sure we're going to talk about it a couple more times and throughout the week, but it's a very big week, my friends. You have earnings, bank earnings throughout the week. You have CPI tomorrow. We're going to get a little tariffs potentially on Wednesday. And a lot of other things. We even got the JP Morgan Health Conference. We went over a list this morning with a lot of them, and it was pretty exciting. So we'll see where it all leads us, my friends. But now we got to spend a good time talking about Philo, brother. So I hope you're having a good day. I hope we can make it better. But God bless you. God bless America. And yeah, get ready for Philo. We're going to begin here in a few minutes. I'll play you a song. And yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna play a different song. Can I play you guys a different song to start off? You know that? I'm gonna play a different song. You guys inspired me. Got it from Powell, making a very rare video talking about it. So we went over it today. We've even played where this came from. Oh, sorry. This came from last year. If you guys remember when Powell was touring the renovations with
I don't know how to stop him.
Here's the... Okay. Whew. Sorry. But anyways... It's going to be funny with the song I'm about, but you guys inspired me. You know that? I feel like we need more love. You know what I'm saying? So I want to play this, and then I'll play another Philo song for me. This is 8 years ago? Is there like an old one? Let's see. I've never heard. Let's hear this. Do you know what song this is? This don't sound familiar.
Jesus loves me,
this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong.
Yes, Jesus
loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. I don't know if they're going to copyright me. You know what I'm saying? Them Jesus cats. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just feel like we need to hear that, bro. You know? That's why I'm going to play that song. If the message ain't getting across, I think I'm going to have to use that to reset. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to purify the chat. That'd be a good purification method. You know what I'm saying? Amen? Amen, bro. You said Squid Games version? What? I thought that's just going to hell. What? What? What's happening?
It's a call, baby. Feels like it's going to be a good day. Satan, hold on by a crib, that's ours, why wait, be great, that's that, no way, we changed, what's the plan, that's that, out my way, that's the play, new game, that's that, can't believe they missed it on my kindness, I can't believe they forsake all the guidance, I can't believe they couldn't see the timing, Father, think we should remind us. I'm free, no strings, no chains, that's that. One God, one king, one way, that's that. Sovereign, supreme, what you know about that? One thing before you leave, please don't come back. Never needed, then you needed Jesus. I'd rather have no friends and hang with demons. Your brother gonna show up when he needed, but can the two still walk with that agreement? Satan, hold on by a crib, that's that, that's ours. Why wait? We great, that's that. No way, we change. What's the plan? That's that. Out my way, that's the play. New game, that's that. Wanna gamble? That's a game for the gods. What's the matter? Thought you knew about the laws. Father, why do they complain about your laws? Asked for justice, but they made sure it was gone. Soldiers mental, I can see it in your eyes. Getting loud, but you were quiet when they lied. Kept it honest, but they only took in pride. Form was lost, only needed 99. Father, forgive them, they don't know the things they done. Did not depart because we learned it when we young. You could chase it, but I hope you know it runs. Alpha Omega, start to finish, how it's done.
Woo! I was just headbanging. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm hyped. I'm hyped, dog. God bless America. Whoa, Chatadonia. Are you ready for some Philo? I am. I got a good one for you, man. Oh, I got DVR on? Hold up, let me turn that on. You're gonna have to refresh, otherwise you'll get stuck in the maze. Don't get stuck in the maze, but be amazed. It's amazing. So amazing. Whew! I'm very excited for this, man. Very, very excited. So I got a good Philo. I think it's very simple. It's a simple one. I don't know how long it'll take me, but if I have time, I'll read something else to you. But I'm telling you, man, this Philo, I really hope it helps a lot of you. And I think it's a great way to start the week. I think it's a great way to start the year. And above all else, man, like it's I'm gonna give you something that I think it'll make your life a lot easier. So before I do that, if you guys don't know Philo, I'm going to talk about life. Again, I already went over a lot of the plays, gave you some good analysis on a lot of things. We'll still be looking out here for the news, and I'm down to respond to some stock stuff if it's important. If it's minor, I'm probably going to ignore it. This is my time now. I'm very grateful that there's a lot of people that want to share it with me and that enjoy this. And like I'm saying, it's part of what we've seen over the last couple of years, man, is that your mindset and approach, handling your emotions, being in the game long enough and being in control, bro, it's going to help you out. And I do think your mindset is very, very important. And a big theme we've been talking about this year is from Charlie Munger. Avoid stupidity. It's going to kind of relate a little bit today. But above all, man, no one's trying to get into it with you. If you don't like this time, I would encourage you to leave. If you're going to sit here and take all these warnings in and ignore them, I am going to ban you. I'm not going to take it to a coin flip. I'm going to just keep going, and for the enjoyment of everybody else. The chat is free. It's open. You guys could engage. Some people are complaining about a delay, but I'm telling you, man, if you're really paying attention, I'm going to hook you guys up with some early stuff. I'll have another list of all of the other plays for the healthcare conference and everything else. So don't ruin it for everybody. I think that's what some people want, but at the end of the day, man, you make the most of this. If you don't like it, I'm not trying to bother you, but you just don't have to participate. And when we're done, we'll get right back to it. So I think it's a win-win for everybody. And honestly, though, if it bothers you, pay attention to that. The things that kind of wake you up, whether it's makes you feel peaceful or makes you feel irritated, I don't know. It may say something, man. And life is a good thing, and we have a lot of time while this globe is spinning to learn about ourselves and others in the world. And I encourage you to take advantage of that. So that being said, my friends, are you ready? Are you ready? Before I begin, I'm going to give you an intro. Before I give you the easy one, it's an easy one, man. It's very prophetic. I don't know. It blew my mind when I heard this. And it was a very good framing of everything. But before I do that, I like the verse of the day today. I was actually up very early today, and I was reading a lot. And I read the whole verse of the day, man. And I don't know. I really like this story. And the first thing that stuck out to me was, if you go read Mark 10 today, it's funny about how these disciples be acting. And even whether it was a disciple, whether it was a Pharisee. And I don't know, I kind of got bad news for everybody. Maybe it's a good thing we're starting with the bad news first. But stop asking for signs. He said, man, you know that's what Jesus said? He said, how long do I have to be here with you? This wicked generation. That's pretty crazy, bro. That's a pretty sharp comeback. Because whether it was a Pharisee or a disciple, they kept asking him this. They would ask for a sign, or he would do something, and then like it didn't happen. They would forget right away. But for real, man, I don't know why this stuck out to me so much. And like even coming into it, bro, I was even talking with my mom yesterday, just of how everything is such a blessing, dude. You know, and it's gonna lead into something else I'm gonna share with you. But like, dude, be grateful. And fuck me, man. Fuck Josh. Fuck the cult. It's okay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking everything, man. You know, like, can you eat food? How about that? Have you ever thought about that? That you could eat food, dog? You know that? God bless you, man. I hope your health is in line right now. And I know some of you do have to go through stuff. And that this is even more word to it, bro. But it's like, you know the Rockefellers? John J. Rockefeller, he wasn't even able to eat. You know that? He was making $1 million a day at one point when that was like a lot of money. And he wasn't even able to eat. You know that? He would have to eat these weird little meals. You know how many people can't even enjoy the money that they have? You think everything's about money? Nah, bro. And I'm telling you, it's a real gift. If you could see everything you have, whether it's good, bad. I mean, dude, you got anybody around you. You got anything you enjoy in this life. You have the opportunity to even think how you want. That's a gift. So it starts with this, man. And I hope too that like when you ask yourself, for God, what's gonna happen in life? All these things, man, don't worry. Like for real, don't matter how much you worry, it don't add a second to your life. And I think that's why I had this on my mind. And I had this on my mind, and I read this morning, and just I don't know, it kind of hit me. And I said, for real, man, I think we are. I feel like every time somebody reads it, they always believe they're in that generation. But man, you got to start learning to see the blessing without seeing a sign. You know what I'm saying? What if you're walking in your blessing right now and you're just missing it because you expecting some crazy sign? And dude, I think God is going to do a lot of work in a lot of people's lives, but I don't see it in the sense of I don't think it's going to be stars falling out of the sky. I don't think it's going to be miracles and all that. And I think God can do miracles. I believe everything about my God. But I don't know, man. Like I was even telling you yesterday, or the last time we talked, I'm not even like looking for prophecy no more, man. You know, I'm looking to walk in the life he's given me. I'm looking to walk in the authority, and I not just me. I hope you do too, man. But stop looking for signs. And I don't care if you in the bottom right now. I don't care if you at top right now. You like, man, God, how do I make sure I secure this? How do I go to the next level? Man, God will give it to you in a certain way. You and God and your life, and you keep walking and follow his ways, my guy. Oh, easy. Same thing at the bottom, bro. And even if it's darkness, I mean, how many cliches do people have to tell you about what's going to happen next and the light at the end of the tunnel and you name it? But it's just like, man, watch out for the trap of following and looking for signs. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't know, it hit me a little bit different this morning, and how everything this weekend, man, it was amazing. And that's why I say in the same verse, bro, he keeps going on, and they're on the boat, and these guys, the disciples, are on the boat, and then they only got one loaf of bread. This is after Jesus just fed 5,000 people with 2 loaves, and they were talking about forgetting the bread. So he just did a miracle with the bread, then they forget the bread, and now they got no bread. And then they like, oh my gosh, we got no bread. Oh man. Can I be real with you? I've done that. I'm ashamed that I've done it more than I'd like to admit. I feel like I have seen, you know what I'm saying? Without ever asking for a sign, I've seen miracles. And I've seen it even with you guys. I've seen God work in your guys' lives. I think we've all been blessed with things, right? I think we've been blessed with crazy opportunities at times. Some of y'all have already got to see what's possible. The fact so many people even bring up 5,000 percenters, a TLT, the house, this, you name it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it did just cut me off there for a second. But it's like, bro, it's crazy. We literally will watch a miracle. Just watch God do something with the bread. Have a brief temporary moment where you don't see it, where it's not clear, and instantly the worry creep in. Instantly you start talking and putting your energy about bread, talking about it when you already saw what's possible. So you gonna talk about forgetting the bread when he just did a miracle with the bread? Man, and it's funny too, because this is one of the verses. I'll read another one to you today, hopefully if we have time. But dude, it's this. You just notice how they're talking, and it was just how they were talking, and they were talking to each other, talking about the bread, murmuring about the bread, and then they get off the boat. He reminds them. He's like, dude, you guys just forgot about the bread? Not that you forgot the bread. You forgot what we just did, and that's what you're talking about? That's what he says. That is what you're talking about? And then down the line, they're walking, and then the disciples are walking, and Jesus wasn't there. And they were walking before they met Jesus, and he knew what they were talking about. You know what they were talking about? They were talking about who's the greatest. And he asked them, he said, what were you guys talking about? And ironically enough, they didn't want to tell him. They stopped talking. So you guys know, this is the OG, man. This is the OG philosophy of Jesus Christ. He said, you want to be great? My guy, you got to be last. He said, by whose standard do you want to be great? You want to be great? The standard of the kingdom is you must be last. You want to be first? You must be last. You want to be great? You must be a servant. They didn't want to answer that. So I thought that was very fascinating. And just a good reminder, man. So I'm saying, what are you worried about? What sign are you looking toward? Why? What are you already forgetting has happened? What can you not see in terms of possibility? You know that you live in a world where possibility is all around you. How many times have you seen it? Look around the world, man. We be flying in airplanes. You see people go overnight. You've seen the greats fall. You've seen people from the bottom go up. You've seen people with nothing live happy. People with everything take their own lives. Like, what? All of it. So you got to really put all this together, man. And you got to really see life and it kind of relates to the theme. Like I'm saying, it's crazy. One thing after, I don't know. I guess I had just had a good weekend, man. I didn't even do much. But I was very grateful. And oh man, this is the first hack. I'll give you one. And I hope you don't try to use it as a hack in the sense of that's what I'm saying. I've noticed it's one of the greatest things you could do. I've noticed it's very, very effective. But you got to be careful. You know, you don't want to keep using things as a little, don't make it a gimmick. And if it's genuine, bro, it goes a really, really long way. And you know what I'm talking about? Gratitude. Being grateful for your life. Grateful for everything. Do you understand what this does? Like, I know you probably heard it. Maybe it's cliche, but like, do you understand it? Oh, they cut off the YouTube again. Habibi, lekeda. But do you understand? Yeah, it cut out for a little bit. Do you understand why the devil don't like grateful? I mean, I heard it put this way. Being grateful is a cheap shot towards the devil. Like, in a weird, AKA, the more grateful you are, it's really hard for the devil to get to you. AKA, man, it's even hard for life to get to you. Do you not understand? The devil don't like grateful because when you're grateful, that's the ingredients that makes God show up. Every time, bro. If you really could start to look at your life, take a step back, and tap into real gratitude. Like, really, actually, like, again, bro, something bad happened to you. You wake up not feeling good, and you're like, thank you, God. You can have the worst night ever. Thank you, God. You can have the worst day ever and find a way to be thankful. Have everything not work for you and find a way to be thankful. Do you not understand what happens? You're not accepting the situation. As ironic as that, it's very contradicting. Living the cross. It's very contradicting. What do you mean it's bad and I'm not? I thought we're supposed to accept everything. I thought we're supposed to accept it to be grateful. You are, but you aren't. You don't get it? You're not accepting whatever it is, and you're choosing something else. It's very hard for something to get a hold of you if you could find your gratefulness. It's crazy. And then what happens? It's easier said than done. And it's said as if, oh, okay, I'm grateful here. No. I'm telling you, man, when it get dark, I'm telling you, when it gets really difficult, if you find a way to really tap into it and you're genuinely true, God knows your heart, bro. Nah, this ain't just for people. This ain't just so people can see it. You know what I'm saying? No. It's just, this is you and God, you and your heart. You know what's going through your mind. You know your emotions. It's fine. It's being able to override your emotions. Say, I am emotional, but I am still grateful. I am thankful. And thank you, God. And I don't understand it at all, but thank you. Like, bro, every time you are able to tap into that, that's literally the ingredients where God shows up. It don't matter what's happening, the ingredients are there. My God, you put the ingredients out, what's going to happen? You put all the right ingredients, put it in a pan, mix it up, put it in the oven at the right temperature, it's going to make something. But that's what God is. That is the literal main ingredient. And every time you have that gratefulness, that's why life don't like it when you're too grateful. Because when you got that in there, bro, the cook is going to show up. So maybe that's the theme of all of this today. But I'll give you the real one I want to talk to you about today. And this one's kind of simple. But I hope this gets you excited. I hope this gets you ready for this year. I hope you realize what you need to do. I hope you're ready for real change. I hope we got you ready for that last year. I hope you had, whether success or failure, I hope it's the stepping stone you need to really rise into both gratitude and control, so you could keep going, so you could secure and live up to who you are. That's why I've been yelling alignment for a year. But like, have you ever seen the trees blossom? Have you ever seen fruit blossom? The plants. As we're in winter right now, but you'll see this in spring. What happens? The blossoms of the fruit tree, brother. what happens is the plant starts to vanish. The blossom vanishes, and then the fruit grows. You reap what you sow. Prune the tree. Judge a tree by its fruit. All right, how does it work? What happens to the leaves, bro? They fall off. No? You don't see the fruit come out. The beautiful blossom fades away, and out comes your fruit. That, my friend, is how you're going to do it. That is what happens as you evolve. That's what, exactly, avoid stupidity, baby. The lower self, the false you, is going to vanish as the divine grows within you. Why is this so important? This is why I hope it encourages you. You don't get it? Bro, this means you don't have to do anything. It's not that you don't have to you be lazy and do nothing. This means, bro, you don't have to defeat anything. You get it? You don't have to beat anything. You don't got to beat anyone. There's no win. You don't need to get ahead. Are you understanding? All you have to do is allow the divine to grow within you. Are you feeling me? What's going to happen as the divine grows, as you grow that what the real fruit is, the other stuff just falls away. Have you not noticed? Any of y'all who have grown on a certain path, any of you who have came closer and closer to your calling, the more the divine grows, the other stuff just fades. You ain't even going to want to do it. What you thought was you ain't going. If it wasn't the real you, it's going to fade away. You don't think so? Why don't you do the same things you were doing 10, 20 years ago? And the same things that you are, I bet you they grew. The more you, that's why I'm saying the gratitude, the goals, the God, all of it, man. The more you grow in that divine, the other stuff just falls away. But do you see where I'm saying this, though? It's a battle, but it's not. And especially if you ain't the type to battle, and you like, man, I can't, I don't want to fight anything. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to war. I don't want to go. Well, can you grow? The fruit? That's what we're talking about. And that's why everybody got the power within them. I think God is fair. You know, some people got that fight in them. Others, man, it's about growing. But I do think this applies to everybody. I do think you grow divine, the other stuff just falls off. It's not about, oh, am I going to beat this person? Am I going to get this done? I got to do this or I didn't do anything. No. You grow the divine, the old you just falls off. So that was the big one, man. And that's why I think it's a great Philo. Because I think it's kind of simple. I don't think it's complex. I don't think it's showing you all have the ability. And that's why I do think we do. There is elements of a battle. But again, it's more so about what's growing inside you. Don't get too caught up in the fight. Don't get too caught up in everything where you're missing out what the real you is. What life is really about. The real blessings. All of it. And the more you grow in you, man, you're going to find out how the fruit emerges. You see, the fruit don't fight. The fruit doesn't have to do. It grows. So that's why I'm saying, man, think about the whole avoid stupidity. You don't get it? Avoid stupidity, man. Take care of the field. Stop worrying about the fruit. Start worrying about the field. As long as that's ready to go. Avoid the things that'll kill the growth. All you got to do is let it grow. You find a way to do that, the other stuff just fades and the new emerges. The divine emerges. The real you emerges. I hope they feel me. So, to finish it off, I did a lot. I read this one this morning too. I'm gonna give you Proverbs 10. And it's funny because, like I said, when I was reading Mark this morning, it's a lot of talking. Whether what they said to Jesus, what they said to themselves, what he said to them. And then I noticed this theme emerged as well in Proverbs. And that's why, man, avoid the stupidity. Know how it works. Let it grow. Oh, I love it. Proverbs 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is a sorrow to his mother. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked. A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. He who gathers in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps in a harvest is a son who brings shame. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The memory of the righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. The wise of heart will receive commandments, but a babbling fool will come to ruin. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his way crooked will be found out. Whoever winks the eye causes trouble, and the babbling fool will come to ruin. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceal violence. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. On the lips of him who has understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him who lacks sense. The wise lay up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool brings ruin near. A rich man's wealth is his strong city. The poverty of the poor is their ruin. The wage of the righteous leads to life, the gain of the wicked to sin. Whoever heeds instruction is on the path to life, but he who rejects reproof leads others astray. The one who conceals hatred has lying lips, and whoever utters slander is a fool. When words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, the heart of the wicked is of little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of sense. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Doing wrong is like a joke to a fool, but wisdom is a pleasure to a man of understanding. What the wicked dreads will come upon him, but the desire of the righteous will be granted. When the tempest passes, the wicked is no more, but the righteousness is established forever. Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to those who send him. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, but the years of the wicked will be short. The hope of the righteous brings joy, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to the blameless, but destruction to evildoers. The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not dwell in the land. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but the perverse of tongue will be cut off. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked is what is perverse. So, Chadadonia, don't forget about Proverbs. You got a new year ahead. Don't forget about what you take pleasure in. Don't forget about what you say. But again, it's all for you. You know what it is. You know what you take enjoyment in. We've had this lesson, but I read it today. I was reading Mark 10. And I said, I need to go to Proverbs 10. And I said, oh. And again, this concept, the talking, the hearing, and all of it too, man. Where are you placing the value? And one of my favorite parts on that is what he says on the path to life. He didn't say you get everything. He didn't say, it tells you the principles. That's what Proverbs are. if this, then that principle of it. It's the path to life. So I'm saying, man, the growth. You let the good grow, let the other stuff fall away. That, my friend, is the path to life. So take that to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press hot chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list in my channel. First link for the Streamalots Bootcamp and real estate. God bless America. HTML? Glory. All right, baby. Amen. Amen.
Call, baby. If a humble man tell you to be humble, he a narcissist. Tell that to the arsonist, the pharmacist. I wonder about the Stalinist, the Darwinist. I must insist, the things that we up against don't play defense. So next time that you take offense, my boundary just another fence. Don't forget, remember this. Already lost everything. Don't tell me about a fucking risk. I'm humble, but I'm powerful. But I don't have to tell you this. Are moments that you can't forget. So if I'm fake, come and get me now. It's not a big head, I just know the size of the crown. You watched a lot of porn. Does it look like I'm fucking around? You didn't like me then, I didn't hope that you would like me now. You want peace, I want it too. You want war, I got a crew. But I won't lie, dog, I only need a few. So tell me what you really wanna do. Man, I swear I'm just like you. Cause the tongue brings life, but it brings death too. Please just move. Good advice is never taken by a fool. I took a look at life like a mechanic look at tubes. Cheap, fast, and quality, could only pick two. Mannequin, I'm rude, but in a panic, in a fuel. Would you want it on your team, or do you want it against you? The humble made me hungry, I will eat any food. Humble made me better, fake humble made me confused. The truth is that there is a real humility typical of our time. But it so happens that it's practically a more poisonous humility than the wildest prostrations of the ascetic. The old humility was a spur that prevented a man from stopping, not a nail in his boots that prevented him from going on. For the old humility made a man doubtful about his efforts, which might make him work harder. But the new humility makes a man doubtful about his aims, which will make him stop working altogether.
Some people don't even have dreams, you know what I'm saying? But if you blessed enough to have a dream, chase it, bro.
I had a dream like Martin, then I heard a couple stories. Never met my heroes, never had one, never wanted things I never had, son. I got it, then I grabbed them. Looking back, these bitches Southeast sad. Come on, don't ignore your sword for the war. Armor's no good if you leave that shit at home. I don't care if that match up with the drum. I ain't young, I ain't care about looking dumb. Out my way, we could talk when I'm done. Does it look like I'm finished? Even if I was, dog, I do my own dishes. Why the fuck you in my business? I ain't tryna be a menace. Need a couple minutes, but you're talking in your bitchin'. Just show me that you don't get it. Look, now I wasted your time trying to reprimand. Explain the basic shit so you could understand. I ain't being mean the way I teach. The big leagues ain't throwing underhand. I'm not the bad guy, I'm the best coach that you ever had. Something like LaMelo's dad. Mama was an immigrant, $5 an hour working with Brillo pads. We got some things we shouldn't have, so I could feel down, but I don't ever think I'm really sad. Life a miracle, but I won't give you one. But I could teach you shit, and you'll walk away with dividends. Wish you'll buy more, and then you'll wish you did it young. You missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. Trying to build while looking at the clouds. I'm looking at my hand, then I'm looking at the ground. Peter walked on water but fell. When he looked around, I heard that story all my life. I think I start to get it now. Slow in the fast lane, answers in my last name. They really didn't listen, that's a damn shame. But that don't mean my plans changed. Maybe just the landscape did what I said without a handshake. 3,004 an ounce, that sound like a fair rate. Word is gold, they only kept theirs too late. So I'm out with your new face. A snake can move a few ways, and life a bitch that lie about how the fruit tastes. Welcome back.
Dust that. Wait, where is it? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Good day. Good day. We're gonna have an exciting week. If this wasn't enough, it was a nice little melt. But Chad, I hope y'all living good, man. And I hope y'all living blessed. And I hope y'all got lawn terms, man. That's it, man. Some of y'all sent me emails during Philo. I responded to one while I checked. I'm not going to check during the day, but like I would like to see your guys' lawn terms. Not if you have one, but for real, man. I really want to help people out this year, and I really believe in that. But I don't think the gambling is good for people, and I think we see it a lot in this culture. So if you really want to highlight that, I would love to, like, I want to make sure you guys got lawn terms that are working, because if not, I do think you can make better use of your time. So, and that's what I'm saying with the Philo, bro. You gotta let the good things grow. You gotta let the good things grow, man. You don't want to, I don't know, man. Don't build a false self around the short term, amongst many other things. Shit, it could even go beyond money and all of it, bro. So I really do hope that you make sure you're actually getting the most of it, and that is what we started out here to do. You guys know that, right? Yeah, I really hope. That's why the thousands of long terms already created, I'm very grateful for. And I know after some crazy years in the market, I want you to walk away with something, because you know how many people I see got played? Like, dude, think about it. It's been a couple of years so far. You got actually half a decade, a little longer. So it's like you gotta make sure, man, especially with like even the smallest amount. Oh, you could go a very, very long way. So get that long term up, baby. Get that long term up. But that is I'm still gonna have another big focus of that this year. So I hope we could see more of it. Let me see. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's funny, because like Colt Sister, this account I think is still one of the best examples. AKA, you're not too late, but the longer you kind of delay on it. Remember, this account, $200 a month. $2,400 a year. It'll take a couple of years, but it's going to get you exactly what you want. And then that way too, man, I don't know what this year is going to provide. That's why, like, if we get another like freak out and people going over the Musk on Apple, Google seems like unreasonable concentration of power for Google. Damn, Musk talking shit. But like, dude, it's not too late. And then even then, what's a small amount, it's gonna be able to grow. And like I'm saying, for this year, if we get the freak out on the American trade, if people start to turn into if they start, whatever narrative causes, and if it does lead to some good discounts, I hope you do it, man. Tradingfraternity@gmail.com. I would like to, we could probably do some long-term reviews. I'd always be down for that. But that's like, even then, like, I hope you're, if you have questions on it, we could go over it. But I haven't made a play because I was going to get Tap, and then I'm waiting on a couple more. I might make a move soon. I see a couple of things out there, but I haven't done anything yet for the long term. But that's why it's like a day by day. I was kind of excited for today, and I'm excited to see where this week goes. But if we get any sort of reaction like we saw last year, and you get one of those discounts, man, it was a massive year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta have the focus on it. That's what I'm saying. It's very easy to get caught up in the short term, and like I'm saying, it's just very easy to get distracted by all of the short term stuff. And then 2 years, this is what I would tell people like 3 to 5 years ago, because like I'm saying, you needed something to show for it, because when it all goes away, when it goes up and down, yeah, you could walk away with some good short term money. But if you don't actually walk away with it and walk away with the long term, the last thing you want is to know everything about the stock market, try 5 different courses, 5 different this, try 15 different strategies, and then not stick with one very adequate, reasonable, slow strategy that would ensure your ownership. And that is the biggest mistake that everybody makes. I hope you guys are aware of it. That's literally where this is the same mistake that even 5 years ago, this is what I was warning people against, because this is what happens every time. A lot of time, like, you don't think we've seen this many times? That's why we started making the long term in front of everybody. That's, think about it. That's what the big deal was, because a lot of people were going back and forth. And then before you know it, if you just stick to something small, you will do better than going ham on one strategy 1 year, change it the next year, go up, go down, lose all of it, and then start over. Ask anybody. This has kind of been the either one or the other. This is the main thing that we were really going over for last year. And that's why I'm saying, even another year of that, it was very, very good. What did we finish it off at? I believe it was like 28%. 28, and then the best one was like 37. And then including the deposits, it's like something ridiculous. But yeah, it was we beat the NASDAQ, I think, by like 4 points. Which is crazy, because the NASDAQ low-key caught up at the end. What the fuck? External account? My Fidelity's not updating, but yeah, the Fidelity. I'm mad though. We did sell it a little too early. Yeah, 42%. Blech. Not sticking with rules. Well, it's not even, rules are going to be one of them, but like, I'm telling you, just stick with the account. The best, like, this is the way I've always explained it. You should have one account that just goes straight up. That I think everybody could create. So again, we have 3 of them. And that's why I'm saying is you should just have an account that all it does is climb up. And that is possible. All you got to do, you set around a small amount, only build around good value and good names that you know of, and then again, you separate the other account, and then you go through, if you want to trade. That's what I was talking about this year. That's why I've been sharing a lot more with y'all, in the sense of not trying to stop you from gambling, but I definitely don't want the priority. And if, unfortunately, over the years, what I've learned is that when we have both, a lot of people, it's, they nod in your face and they'll be like, yeah. And then eventually most people prioritize gambling and short term. But then down the line, that really emerged. You could really see the difference emerge just after a couple of years or a couple of months, because then you don't wind up with an account that goes up like this, and then before you know it, it's turning into chase instead of a real solid approach and being on the path to life. You separated your long-term and trading. It did wonders. That's usually what it is for a lot of people. And then that way, at the very least, you'll have one account that'll go up like this. It'll be organized. You'll have your cash, and you'll be good to go. I won't even see. Damn, PG went up. Habibi, le keda. Damn, Clorox ripped. All of the damn staples, actually. That was after that Friday. So, yeah. There were some names out there that I still like, and then some even came back up, but some of these started off the year ripping. Yeah, damn, we're only down 10% on sweet greens now. So yeah, that one fucking came up. Oh shit, Chipotle's in the green now too. We're in at low 39s. Yeah, that one we could have. Some of you got Chipotle on the second dip. That was a lot better. Stable mental health and long-term go hand in hand. I really think a long-term will contribute to your mental health. You guys don't think so? I think some people having a long-term, and then, no matter what was going on in the world, especially during last year, it gets scary when it goes down for some people, but I think watching something grow, building that confidence, I think it helps tremendously. Baba. Ham was just classified as a carcinogenic. So stop eating ham. I love ham though, bro. If the NATO alliance was to end, would that affect trade in a bad way? Yeah. Why? I mean, it would probably bring up this critical minerals in Denmark thing, but I think that would be more along the lines of a new world. I was kind of talking about it over the weekend with my girl. We were talking about the 60s. The 60s were an interesting time. Think about it, 20 years or so after World War II. But, we've gone long enough down the line where we're at the point of, you have, it's been 80 years now? Or 60 years or so, 60, 70 years since the 60s. And 20, 30 years after World War II, the whole world changed. And again, NATO and a lot of other things. But it's dude, are you guys, I shared this one with you. Do you guys know Chesterton's fence? Are you familiar with that concept? Where it's the idea of don't take down a fence if you don't know why it was put up. Because then, people don't put up fences for no reason. They take money, they take time, all that. But, I mean, we are getting to the point of, like, it's very easy of the generations passing and a lot of other things where we may have, we're approaching that point where we're going to forget kind of what it was like both pre-war and post-war. And then society can really go through a lot of big changes. So in a weird way, I mean, maybe that's where that NATO discussion fits in. But if it did, I think you would have that would be a really big shift in the post-world order. Again, think about it. You've had conflicts, and I know the Irans and the Russia-Ukraine stuff seems like they are conflicts and they are wars, but you haven't had anything like a World War II. And what caused NATO, what created NATO, what created a lot of these different things that we rely upon today. And it's just been a really long time. So yeah, I do think that would be a fucking massive change. I think we'll see it, but I don't know if it'll be recent or if it'll be soon, more or less. What is that? Samsung partner to explore next-gen in-store retail, T-Mobile. House Speaker Johnson says DOJ not being weaponized. CMG in Europe? Do they not? Oh, yeah, you're right. You guys are getting some, I think. But yeah, you don't have the full one. No, 60s wasn't this. That was like the 70s and 80s. Because then you had Vietnam. And then, but like the 60s was kind of chill. I mean, granted, they fucking killed Kennedy. But the 60s was like 20 years after World War II. So a lot of your society just got back from the war, and then they're it was just different. And society was still very like stable to a degree. You had cars, you had shopping, the mail order, the stores, you had a lot of that stuff. And then it was like 10 years, by the year 30, and then other conflicts that started to change society rapidly. And then by the 80s and 90s, that's where you were still post-war, didn't have a conflict, but then you were now double the time removed. But then after Vietnam and other things, again, you started to get the protests and a lot of other things. It does mean that NATO's working. Part of it, I mean, there could be other things. You could either blame NATO or you could blame globalism. I know a lot of people that would blame globalism. I would blame globalism for half of it. Idea is that, life, access to resources, good quality of life, the trade, economic benefits, those go a very long way in preserving stability. So that's a big part of it too. But yeah, I think NATO does work. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of disband NATO. I don't think that's a good idea. White House weighs Iran nuclear talk offer. I'm confused on Trump's stance on that. I thought he would have been more supportive of it. Because you guys know it's like the women in Iran right now are revolting. It's mainly women. And it's kind of crazy. I even was talking to my mom about it. She said she never thought she'd see the day. Because it's pretty nuts. Bergam says low oil is an opportunity to refill SPR. Yeah, you got oil comment, literally oil comment now. Qualcomm on the low. SPY's just melting up too. Again, remember Friday we saw some of that. I just think society is gonna, I think in like another 10, 20 years, and like especially after seeing how people act now already, we might see some pretty big shifts. Like we're post-world order. I don't think it's all for the better, or I don't think it's really a good move, but I just think people are gonna forget. Does that make sense? I think more people are gonna die. You have less people who have any idea. Like, I don't even know what post-World War II society feels like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't. And then, like, depending on if you were born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you were like, you remember people discussing it and feeling it more, right? Like, if you were in the 70s, you're 30 years after the war. 80s, you're 40 years after the war. 90s, you're 50 years after the war. So then, do you see what I'm saying? It's just like, the longer you go and as the generations start to change, you're just going to have the Chesterton's fence, where a lot of people might be tempted to, like, they're going to just see a lot of things. Like, why the fuck are we doing that? Why is there a fence there? Take it down. The fence it gets in the way. And then, yeah, usually most people, once the fence comes down, that's where you get bigger changes. Warren told Trump could pass credit card rate cap. Well, yeah, you are going up on those Iran comments, and then a couple of texts, and RevMed, it's another biotech. And then Guild, re-entering that time. Yep, Guild is at the meeting. They're going straight up. Long term. Hold on, I need to find the list again. There's Powell. Oh, the time off was glorious. I took too long, though. I missed it after a while. I came back with the silver video. Hold on, I'm getting the calendar for you guys. Because Guild is running. Yeah, so Guild 215, that was 10 minutes ago. Did it pop right on the start? Yeah. Shit, like a minute before. So yeah, you got Waystar, APLS, Biomarin. Oh shit, and then that's it. So there's a couple more, and then we get into the ones. All the rest of the JP Morgan Health Conference ones, they're gonna be after the bell. So Waystar already dumped. APLS, they haven't moved yet. Actually, they're down 14. Biomarin, look, Biomarin's moving right now. And then that's it. And then now the ones for the evening. So I haven't written these. Damn, there's a lot, actually. These ones, you got to guess. If you want to play overnight, there's a couple of them. So there's Biogen, MDGL, BLCO, United Therapeutics, UTHR, CAI, Caris Life Sciences, TEM is after hours, Kodak Life Sciences is after hours, Upstream Bio, UPB, after hours, Twist, TWST, after hours, VRTX, after hours, Regen, after hours, Watt, after hours, Bax, after hours, ONT, that's Great Britain, can't trade it, KNSA, after hours, ROIV, TMDX, INSM, SNDX, DNTH. Oh my gosh, there's more? All right, let me just write these down, and then I'll put up another one. But yeah, Guild is going, and then watch Biomarin. The rest of them, like I'm telling you, You would have to play these after the bell. The Fed is Trump's fence. Maybe, bro. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'll write all these down. Powell gets full support of Bank of Canada Macklin. What the? Why does he weigh in on you? Fucking Canadian dog. Why the hell the Canadians coming into this? Are? SPGM. All right. Lithium soars as China moves to revoke battery export taxes. Habibi. Oh, is this Pfizer CEO?
I think one, it is the monthly dosing. That's a very
Borla.
clear differentiation that creates significant advantages, not only in
All right, I'll be back.
patient experience, but also in production and cost of goods and all of that. The second is the combination between amylin and PD-L1. We are looking for superior results than the current solution. So this combination not only will be a monthly, but hopefully can deliver better weight loss, placebo-adjusted, and better tolerability, which are the two things that are the Achilles heels of the GLP-1s right now. And of course, there is the oral portfolio of peptides that is following. So it's a very complete, highly differentiated portfolio in the hands of a company that is very good in commercial activities, particularly when it comes to products that they are very much consumer-driven. I remind you, Viagra was a product that was behaving very similarly like the like the GLP-1s.
Well, looking forward to those readouts as we get deeper into 2026. I do want to talk about M&A overall and what the strategy going forward is, because last year you earmarked up to $15 billion for deals to help replenish the pipeline. Where are you now? Do you feel pretty satisfied with the portfolio at hand, or are you still looking for more deals?
I'm very satisfied with the portfolio in hand, and we invested almost 10 of these 15 billions, and then we have 5 to 6 that are remaining, and we plan to invest them. We don't have to invest them, but we're trying to make sure that we will find the right assets, as we found with our oncology and obesity acquisition.
And when it comes to cost cutting, last month you said that you're going to reinvest about $500 million from savings from
They ain't getting the audio on this. All right. Oh, I think J&J was earlier, but it didn't really have a pop. Guild, I feel like Guild always makes a move like that on the events. All right, these are all after hours, so do you guys understand the logic with this? I'm going to type out this list for you. But the whole idea is that you have to play these after hours. And then again, if you're gambling without a long term, you're a jackass. And if you're confused, these tell you shouldn't touch these. I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like people are willfully ignoring that. Like I'm saying, we got information that could help you on the short term, but I really truly don't believe it's for everybody. Why? Because it's easy to get caught, and before you know it, you will care more about the short term rather than the long term. And why do I say that? Because I've seen it happen time and time again. So I should you know what I should put? Like, have you ever been to Asia and on the packs of the cigarettes, they like show you what the gums look like after you smoke, and they show you all those graphic pictures and they're like, warning, it will kill you. I should probably do that. I should probably put like pictures of blown up accounts right next to all of it and say, warning, you will blow up your account. But sad, I feel like nowadays though, like people hella like just think it's a joke. Like, does that make sense? Like I've seen this culture turn into ha 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 yeah, ha 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 yeah, ha ha yeah, and then like it doesn't even like affect people. It's very sad, man. It's very, very sad. TMDX. This is so many. So these are all after hours. I'm not even done with it. Pen IDYA Teledoc. And that's it. Oh no, there's more. This is a lot, Habibi. Okay, that's all of them. It's not, I don't, it's not a bad idea, but like I'm saying, if I was ignorant, I would think it'd solve the problem, but like, you guys know, like, I've tried to get laid before in my life, right? So like, I just know how y'all be acting. You like, yeah, bro, yeah. Did I ever tell you that one time I went to a dealership, at a car dealership? It was the funniest thing. And I kept telling him, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to buy this car. I said, I will not buy it if you charge me a premium. He's like, no, I would never. He's like, I'll never do that. No. I was like, are you sure? I was like, because I'll walk out the moment you ask. He's like, no. And this guy, and then he shows me this car, and I'm like, all right, I'm down. And then he's like, and then he adds a premium. I'm like, you motherfucker. And he's like, well, I'm like, I was like, he reminded me of that, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like, I know the vibe, bro. I know the vibe. People either joke at it or not, and then before you know it, I know. I've seen too much, man. I've seen too much. All right, well, these are all after hours at the JP Morgan Health Conference. Where does it end? Jeez. Dude, this list is long. So let me see if I could... Okay, that's not going to work. So yeah, here's the first set. You can screenshot this. I'll just give you guys the link and the locked in. That'll be your benefit. So there you go. Do you see it? Okay, so screenshot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you need access? I thought it says anyone with link could view. Bib. Well, here, let me redo it. Anyone with link. There you go. All right. So, save. Next set. Save it. Oh, is this all of them? I swear I fucking... No, yeah, I cut these ones out. I was like, wait a minute. That's too short. Okay, so save that. That's the list for between today and tomorrow. So these are all like 4 p.m. to like 8 p.m. Eastern time. AKA, if they say anything after hours, you're just going to wake up to some of them either with news or not. So just like today, you kind of had to guess and pick which ones. And then, yeah, that's it. Broadcom, okay, you guys got it? Okay, then the final ones. NRIX, where is it? And then that's the last set. Did I walk? Did I walk where? I kind of need a poop. I kind of feel like I need to poop, but I pooped in the morning. You know that the other day I didn't poop? One of those days last week, I wasn't able to poop in the morning. I was surprised. I had to get back on the schedule, bro. GM's going, all right, I hope you saved these. You guys are all prepared with your info. God bless America. And it's in order from earliest to latest, but just given the open-close dynamics, it doesn't really... You either play it now or before the bell, and then you're either going to wake up to something or nothing. Is Butterfly on that list? I don't believe so, but you could double check. So when I put those up for you guys, I'd expect you to do that. So you shouldn't buy these in the long term. So I shouldn't ban you? Oh, fuck. I fucked up. I banned you. So yeah, please don't do that. You know, I may misinterpret your joke and I might ban you. So don't fuck it up, dog. But yeah, you're banned. So no, you shouldn't buy those for the long term. Like I said, it's information for after hours for those of you who want to trade it, assuming you have a long term first. Yeah, so yeah, you're not supposed to play those. It just, so if you saw like Guild and a couple of, what's the hit rate on all of them? Oh, fuck. I was like, what? You all requested access? Let's see the other one. So the list in the morning, let's see how much they moved. So B-Bio, that didn't move much. It actually tweaked out in the morning, but was that just the open? Oh shit, no, that was the event. So that one moved, but it gapped down a little bit more. So like I'm saying, you could look, if you want to research them, you got to really look into like the ones that have already had stuff, they moved a lot. But like a lot of them at the very least, like they've had, if they really get a reaction or they have upcoming guidance or anything of that nature, they'll move like 5 to 10%. Like Sarepta, this one was a good one because they were going through a lot of drama and struggling, and then they came up to the event and then they went down 12, 15%. So, but again, I'm going through the ones in the morning. So remember, I wrote these down at like 4 a.m. This was the first set that I gave you guys. So I'm just going to go through them and you could kind of see how they moved. But yeah, it's literally like flipping a coin. All you know is that they have a catalyst, but the ones that go up and don't really have anything, they don't really do anything. Like Maze did nothing. LMRI, I mean, that one went down. Is that 5%? It doesn't. Some of them you wouldn't even really make too much money even if it's 5%. Like Biohaven, this one had a pop. This one was up 10% at one point and then came back down. Bristol Myers didn't really do shit, 0.5%. J&J, it melted up, but you didn't really get a news pop unless it was there. J&J, NCY did nothing. TXG down 6. That one had a pretty big drop and then leveled out. IRTC down 7.6. Chris, that one moved 2-3. It's a little bigger. CRISPR didn't do shit. They were at the event, and there was the gene editing stuff. PTCT, big drop. That looks like it just from the open. CBLL, 2.4. Doesn't look like much. Again, Sarepta, that was, I think, the big one. ALNY, they had a big gap and down 7. But that one looks like it just opened. It didn't look like conference. Same things, XENE, Core. That one's kind of moving out. BRKR, that looks like it had it. Bruker, I think we saw that when that was happening. BLNN, that one's up 12%. So you see what I'm saying? A couple of these have moved. So, but it's really about, you have to kind of do a little more research on the follow through and understanding, you know, what they're presenting or what stage they're at with their drug and what they're working on. And then, you know, if it's already If it's kind of already moved big into it, it'll probably move a lot more. If they have a big announcement, a big update, it'll do it. But if it's kind of already dry, then it won't do much. Cytokinesis, that one was... I gave you that one before it hit. When I was going over the 1245 ones, if you remember. And then Nibix, that one didn't move. Summit, that died before, but that wasn't off of it. Zoitis is dropping now. RMD, that went up 1.4, not much. Pac B, not much. MDT, it had the pop, but no follow through. You see, that's the event. So again, it's just good for knowing if there's going to be a catalyst. RevMed has the buyout, but I think they canceled. BCRX, it had the little pop, but it was already, or the little drop, but it was down before. Iran says it's ready for war on dialogue with U.S. Oh, nice. They've restored full control after 2 weeks of deadly protests that killed 540 people. Pfizer, the White House is willing to help on foreign drug prices. SHC, nothing. The ones towards the end of the day didn't do much. Rare, that one went up 9. That's a genetic one too, actually. So that did more than CRISPR. Cox down 8. EW, they're happening literally a couple minutes ago. And then Guild, we just saw. And then Way. That one down 5. And then APLS down 14. But most of that was the morning. So some of them kind of front ran it. Ta-da! So yeah. Hopefully going through that, you could kind of get an idea of what to expect. So that's going to go on for like all week, I think. And then usually later in the week, it'll die down a little. Elijah Lilly. Acadia, first ever FDA approved Parkinson's. Really? I swear ACAD was a diarrhea drug. Ayo, Dominion. D. Hi, that's up 0.7. It looks like news though. Check Dominion. As Trump continues, this could be something related to energy and oil, but oil's popping. It's 0.7 though. It's not there. It's a slow mover. If that starts to hit 2 or 3, but you'll probably miss out on some of the premium. I will leave that to you with another Evotech. Yeah, Dominion's moving. I don't see a headline though. $11.44. D. Oh man, yeah, whatever EVTV is, it was halted and unhalted. That's on the wire. No news though. No news. Yeah, dude, didn't ACAD? Bro, I swear ACAD was a diarrhea drug. When the fuck did, or IBS? When did they start making Parkinson's? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. EVTV scam drone play. Iron still went. Yeah, they have a, but they Rett syndrome. Holy shit. No, they do have them. Interesting. I kind of want to hear it. This is Acadia.
As a group, what do they need to hear? Yeah, I think what we're trying to encourage thought around is that we appreciate that there needs to be changes in how we are innovating globally around healthcare, and costs are pressuring all governments around the world, but that small biotech is the lifeblood of future innovation for patients. And the policies and legislation that they're trying to apply to large pharma businesses, where I've been for the last 30 years and appreciate that there are many more trade-offs that those large pharma companies can make. As a small biotech, our opportunity to trade off is very limited, and so we're making sure that they're hearing our voice around ensuring that there are appropriate carve-outs, maybe for rare disease or smaller biotech, so that the legislation isn't a peanut butter approach, but it's really thought through. I don't think anybody's out there to try and shut down innovation in biotech, but sometimes these things have knock-on effects that aren't thought through initially, and so we're really trying to get our voices heard so that that can be taken into account as the legislation is developed.
Talk to us a little bit about affordability, because some of these rare diseases, and like we said in the beginning, you have the first and only FDA-approved treatments for Parkinson's disease psychosis and Rett syndrome. How do you think about affordability for rare disease therapies? Is it more expensive for the patient than something else?
You know, we really try and work hard to ensure that it's not. We have a strong focus on patient support and patient support services, not only financially, but also people that they can call on to help them through the various stages of insurance, and whether those processes are going smoothly after they start therapy, whether they've got people to call to ensure that they
A good
are
dividend stock. I
understanding
like
maybe side
Procter and
effects that they
Gamble.
didn't
It
know
sucks,
about.
bro. There's
So
like
we
3
really
or
do a
4
lot to
names
ensure that our patient
that were really
services
good at the
are
beginning of the year.
thorough.
But then they already like ripped up a couple of percentage points, like Procter Gamble, CLX, even Colgate, even GIS. I'd have to go through the list. Some of them from last year. I still like Pfizer. It's a little bit higher too, but that's a really high dividend. It comes with a little bit more risk, but like kind of the more low risk dividend names, I mean, were some of those that I just mentioned, and they're down a lot too equity wise. So like you could still benefit off of the share price going up, as well as locking in a dividend that's near or above the Fed funds rate, so that even if the rates come down. Oh yeah, Kimberly Clark, where is that B word? I think Kimberly Clark might be the best one right now. Yeah, that's still a 5. That one is still down. Because remember, dude, I was just telling you guys this last week. Look at the fucking last 3 or 4 all fucking ripped. I mean, even fucking General Mills came down a little bit. So you could either go cereal or toilet paper. It's up to you. And I'm telling you, bro, it's not in a world of silver, copper data centers. We're talking about paper towels, Kleenex, and cereal. So I do think they will have some benefits, depending on how things play out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of some of these. I think Kimberly Clark might be the highest quality one, and it still had that big drop. It sucks because some of them could still go lower, but they're good starting points. If it goes lower, it'll probably drop another. Any of these good names, like you guys saw it, NVO dropped another 20-30%, came back up. We're down less than 10% on that. Sweet Greens dropped 30%. Now you're back to 10% down. And then Chipotle dropped 30%, and now you're back to green on that one. So they could still all go down, but if you want a good starting point, some of them are there. So I kind of like them. Pitney Bowens. PBI, I know the name, bro. I really do, but I've never bought a jet engine in my life. So it is part of it. You kind of use them indirectly. That kind of reminds me of Dow, but I do prefer the names that I like know and use a lot. Like I'm saying, over the break, like I use toilet paper a lot, and like I don't use diapers. Some of you might buy diapers a lot. There you go. But every time I would go into a bathroom, you guys tell me, have you noticed it? Anytime you go into a bathroom, tell me if you see Kimberly Clark on the fucking toilet paper dispenser, or the or where you get the paper towels. But yeah, that's what I've been seeing. Depending on the cereal, you might need toilet paper. You know Kleenex, right? Kleenex is Kimberly Clark. Mm-hmm. Don't they play into the sorting of shipping companies? Oh, do they? I'm not sure. But yeah, PBI is not bad. But yeah, like, so there's still, these are like the higher quality names though, like Kimberly-Clark, Procter. I want PG. PG would probably, that one at 130, anytime it goes 139, it's amazing. I like TAP, but I liked it 7% lower with the dividend. So now I don't know if I would buy TAP here. We were buying it all around here, and we got to lock in 2 dividends already. So we got two or three dividends, I think. So you got to get paid almost 4% for holding, and then now it's up like 7 to 10%. So, and we stacked up on that one. But if TAP ever goes down, I would buy TAP. And then same thing with Procter Gamble. I do like Kimberly though. Kimberly, GIS, those could be some really good, like, solid value, because these pay high dividends. I think GIS has a higher yield. That's 5%. 5.6, which is kind of insane. I don't know though. Didn't we talk about it? I think GIS has a higher payout ratio. So I don't know if I could say those as confidently, to be honest. I would make, if you really want to buy a good dividend stock and it's down, then you got to take a look for it. Let's see. Ratio. What is dividend? Yeah, dividend payout ratio on GIS is 52%. Oh, wasn't? No, Kimberly-Clark was the high one. Yeah. Remember? But I think someone said it. They said their dad worked at Kimberly-Clark, and they said it's not an issue. But yeah, Kimberly-Clark's dividend payout ratio was like, it was 90% in 2023, then came down to the 60s, and then September 25, 84%. So yeah, Kimberly-Clark has a high payout ratio. General Mills is better in terms of that. But if Kimberly-Clark, that's the risk you're going to take. Because if Kimberly-Clark has no issue with the dividend, this thing's going to fucking rocket. But then if Kimberly has an issue, this thing is going to get fucking pummeled. But then you get Tylenol. See. Debt. You could do healthcare too if you're down to wait an extra year or two and you don't care about, if all you care about is value. That's what we've talked about. I want to see if I could find it. Your dad works there? He's not worried about payout ratio or Kenvue acquisition? Pitney Bowe's printers? Well, I have not actually, I have printed out some stuff recently, but still, not all the time. But no, I thought they were jet engines. Are you sure? I want to see if I could find a list of like high quality divvies on big companies that pay less than, that have payout ratios less than 50. Yeah, your dad. Why is he not worried about it? It looks like they got high once, like 2 years ago, and then it came right back down. Pfizer's a good one. You had so many opportunities to get Pfizer cheaper. And then the fact of the matter is that it's still like a little up. And then Pfizer's paying out like 6 or 7%. So Pfizer's still, in a weird way, it's still saying that there's risk. Yo, D again. All right, now it's really launching. 1.2. Premiums are the same price as before. What the fuck is this? Exxon. And then SPY, 52-week high. All-time high. So yeah, man, you've brushed off all the Powell drama. Every index is green. Again, even the Dow. Let's take a look. NASDAQ 100, still the same setup. You have 63 in the red. Dow did a little bit better. And then SPY, 225 in the green. That got like 20 names better. Equal weight barely fucking moved. Low key, this is all tech. Yeah, Pepsi. If Pepsi, that's what I'm saying. There's some names. Like, I would take Procter & Gamble if it was cheaper. If Pepsi ever came back to, like, what was it, 120-ish? 127? And it's almost there, man. I don't know. I haven't even looked at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is still held up really good. Oh, I'm thinking of Pratt & Whitney. Are you sure? I swear PBI, though, man. I swear PBI made jet engines, but you might be right. You might be, but are you sure? Engage a provision of tech, logistics, domestic parcel, digital services, first class mail. You know what? You might be. Yeah, they make hardware, or they make fucking mail and shit. I don't know. How do you make mail? But yeah, I think I am thinking of Pratt & Whitney. Pitney Bowes, Pratt Whitney. I'm a little dumb. So yeah. I think you might be right, man. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Jet engine mail delivery. Next day. Sir. Rips down. I mean, if it's gonna rip down, it'll probably be after hours. You might get like a little end of the day move like this, but that's it, man. You just brushed off. Think about it. You had bad news today. You had Powell. You had all that drama. The bonds are pretty wrecked, but I mean, could be worse. They're near the danger zone, but this isn't even like a good day. You really have you have almost 300 names in the red. So the index is going up. You got good tech support. Not like tech support, but like tech support, you know? And then, yeah, we'll have to remember tomorrow's CPI. So if that comes up, that could give you a little bit of drama. So remember that whatever you're playing, if you're going to hold it overnight, I mean, you are playing into the CPI tomorrow morning. And then you have bank earnings as well. Yeah, market doesn't care. To a degree, but the way I don't know, like I said this morning, it's like in an alternate universe. It's a very weird outcome, but like if Powell wanted to do a mutiny, he could. I never thought we'd see the day where Powell became that much of a gangster, but in a weird way, if Powell wanted to make this so difficult and kind of take over as a policy setter in the interim, he could. So, but yeah, for the most part, he shouldn't be that effective anymore. But then again, you never know. It's a weird setup. Students in Maple Grove, Minnesota stage an anti-ICE walkout. Dude, I saw them taking like elementary school kids to a protest, but I'm like, if the police are dangerous, why would you go on a fucking field trip? I don't make any sense, dog. I don't even, man. And then out of just the world, bro. The LA protest and then the fucking U-Haul. All sorts of shit, dog. I did hear about that. Apparently people are taking their babies. And they're taking babies to protests. So that ICE won't mess with them. Because they're holding babies. That's insane. I don't know if that's legit though. But because it sounds so batshit, you wouldn't think that's real. But then again, you never know. Core Weave. Iron did good though. I mean, think you guys had that at 2%. Woo! Oh man. What a day, Chattadone. What a day. I'm excited though. The rest of the week, he woke up to drama. And then we keep going. With the credit card, do you think they lower or higher credit limit? I think it all depends on your payment history. So if you don't have a history of paying off your credit card and are a more risk borrower, I think you might see that. But I do think, I still think it's viable. Like, I think the market could handle it. But I wouldn't expect like a mass, you know. I pretty much, they may slow down on the cards they give, but I don't know if they would really lower people's limits instantly, especially if you had a high payback ratio. They cut limits overnight on COVID. I do remember that. But then again though, all the money fucking just stopped. So, and then now too, like, they're just, in a weird way, it might create competition, because it just all depends on what happens with the buy now, pay later. Because it does seem like some people are going to go to that, where it would take any of the high risk borrowers or people who would really get limit cuts, they might still qualify for the BNPL. And then there you go. And then now you have to run the game of, do you cut them and give them to a firm, or do you try to keep them and make it work at 10? But then again, anybody who doesn't pay it back or already has a bad history, I definitely think they'll get clapped a little bit more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You've seen it? I ran. Chicken, TSN. The duendes are back? Are you sure? I haven't heard duendes in a minute. I told you my girlfriend's mom told me about the duendes too. She told me they're real. Hymn for Peace. I've never heard that one. The duendes. The little elves. I mean, I think you might be able to consider me a duende sometimes, but that depends. Novo, the product portfolio for oral is bigger than injectables. Duh. But yeah, they've done really good though. I think the subscriptions jumped 15%. I had a report this morning, and like Wegovy, Ozempic had a really good jump, and then yeah, a lot of the Ozempic pill stuff had a very good start already. But I think it's true. I do think a lot of people are Americans, bro. Americans. I think they are really, really down with pills rather than needles. That'd be good. Again, dude, we're only down 10 on that one. That one got ugly for a little bit. That would have been great at the 40. I think it did hit 4%. It just sucks. Their dividend wasn't like stable. So it was hard to really tell. Ba-da-ba-ba-bop. Yeah, the non-stand, but that number, bro, that's what I was saying. It was harder to judge NVO off the same 4%, but that was kind of a diamond in a way. It's up 50% from that bottom just as of recently. And then if the damn ADD, what is it called? The fucking Ozempic pill takes off, and it's already looking good. I just don't know if it's gonna, like, you need, like, if you have a year of the Ozempic pill going crazy, remember, that was a $200 stock when at the peak of it. I mean, take a look at Eli Lilly. But yeah, if that does go good, that could be awesome. But I'm happy with the position we got. We built around it a little bit. We got a couple deposits, so even then, I don't think it would. We could have got it even lower. We had to spend some time underwater, but I do think that'll start to do some work. It's good though. Remember, I was telling you guys about the pill for a while. It just took forever, but now it's good. And then that, what's it called? That one kid telling all the other kids, you know, to fucking do peptides and shit. Homeboy's working for us, dog. Dude, I'm telling you, all these motherfuckers on Ozempic now is getting ridiculous. I told you this the other week, bro. I told you the skinny girls are taking Ozempic, and now you got a pill. You got the Looks Maxers. Oh, I don't know, man. It was been a great start for all of these peptide Ozempic ass motherfuckers, and then even Pfizer trying to get in the game. It really is the perfect storm. So we'll see, man. We'll see. The NVO with the CMG, beautiful. A little bit of Ozempic, a little bit of healthy food. All right, we're green on CMG, so that one did look good. That one did look really, really good. And then some of you got even back. Didn't you buy the second dip? If you just waited fucking 3 months after I bought it, 2 months, you got a fucking steal. And that was right as everybody was getting like extremely bearish on it. They're like, who goes to Chipotle anymore? Do you go to Chipotle? Nobody goes to Chipotle no more. Who don't buy the Chipotle? Who the fuck use Ozempic no more? And then that's, man, we should have known. I should have known. It was there. But yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun here. Second one, just been focused on personal life. I hope you're not taking Ozempic, but that's good. That's good, man. That's good. Ozempic patch? I mean, I think a pill is the perfect medium. That's what I'm saying. It's just a fucking pop a damn Ozempic pill. But it's not the same. Like, it's like less efficacy. But I think it's for the people to, I'm sure you're going to get the people who want to try it and are going to try the pill. But I do think the longer term market is for the people that took Ozempic and then want to stop taking Ozempic and then just want to take the pill to maintain the weight loss or the whatever effects it gave them. I've seen you. You're already mad skinny. I know, man. But like I'm saying, I've seen some crazy shit already, bro. There is people doing all sorts of shit. I don't know. We live in 2026 now. You know, that look maxing shit, bro. All these damn incels. So you never know, man. And it's gone. It went from incel to everybody. Because now you got people who are not even incels. They're like, I gotta look back. I gotta get my Ozempic. And then that's sad. But that's why we bought it. We bought this stock, so it's good. We get to have our benefit. That's it. Wait till the what's it called? The who's next? Not Ozempic. Oh, I forget. Oh, UNH. Wait till they get through the health. Once the healthcare stocks, everybody still likes the healthcare stocks. But once they're like, who even uses healthcare? that's how you'll know to buy it. You use healthcare? They're saying that about frozen food companies? Saying what? Ozempic? Or who eats frozen food? I feel like frozen food, it just depends on what it is, right? You need to try ayahuasca. I'm good, dog. You fucking idiot. So you tell me what's 92 plus 53. Go quick. You're on a delay. Look at that. The fucking drugs warped your mind, dog. You can't even add up your username. You got one-shotted by ayahuasca. The fuck is wrong with you? You know that, dude? People are really dumb. So be careful out there, bro. Be careful out there with your drugs, man. You know, if you should try 8 ounces of waterwaska. Have you ever had waterwaska? You could get it in a water bottle. You should try it. And then 8 hours of sleepawaska. Have you ever tried sleepawaska? It's dope, bro. Super comfy. You go take a nap. You be fucking killing it, man. Have you ever heard of a treadmill waska? I know the wawawaska is dope though. Wawawaska, you know, 8 ounces at a time. It's fire, bro. It's fire, man. You blame the Kardashians? No, dude. You want to hear the best joke I heard? The best joke that I heard was that you know the Look Maxing guy? The guy, the clavicle, is it clavicle? I don't even, like, isn't a clavicle a bone? They said he's the first male-to-male transgender. I said, damn, that's facts, bro. That's facts. It's first male-to-male. No, for real, though. It makes a lot of sense. Like, they do makeup, and, like, they're not even, like, transgender, but they're like, yeah, I'm going to do makeup. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to just, that's it, man. They're ready to go. 145 or 540. Well, you can't even figure out the math, bro. He's still trying to do the math. I don't want nothing you're selling me, bro. What the fuck? That's been your username for how long? And you don't even know the fucking multiplication of it, dog? The addition? That's amazing, brother. That's amazing. Yeah, I am listening to the Philo. No, I'm rebuking the fool right now. Life 360 targets acceleration in revenue from advertising. I don't know if that's public. It's okay, man. So y'all need to, telling you, bro. I think that's the problem with society, is that everybody wants to get one-shotted, but then if you get one-shotted, it's like that's the problem. Because then if you get one-shotted by everything, you're kind of an idiot. But then everybody wants to just get a gigantic reaction in their life by doing nothing. So either way, you kind of lose. I'm telling you, nothing beats sustainability. Not like fucking Greta Thunberg sustainability, but more along the lines of, a nice, free yourself, do what you want. Don't be chained to anything, and you'll be good. Ooh, Conagra. That is another. We didn't look at that one yet. Conagra, Calmaine. Those are like the mid-tier ones. Oh, yeah, I'm jumping all over the place. It's all good. He's just mashing numbers. Oh, fuck. It's okay, man. It's okay. Take a lap. Depends on what type of wolf you are. Listen, you anime watching motherfucker, calm down. It's not even. I watched One Punch Man. I didn't even sound this stupid. So, I don't know, man. Do you want a sticker? Just be at ease, bro. Stop trying to. Can you say? I say no to drugs. Can you refrain, man? I don't want your drugs. I don't want to try your drugs. I don't want to talk about your drugs anymore. Okay, the rebuking obviously didn't work, so that's cool, man. I don't want to ban you, but I don't want your drugs, okay? You know why though? You know what I'm glad about though? Can we be real? Can we be real? And it's not because I banned everybody, because I don't control mainstream society. Everybody stopped talking about shrooms. So I'm very glad. You guys don't remember when I would call you guys fucking idiots? Yeah, so that was a good time. But just stay out. Just seriously, man. Drink water. Go to bed. Exercise. I'm telling you, nothing will beat that combo. Except nothing. No, yeah, that's the best way. I was thinking. I was like, is there anything better than water, sleep, and exercise besides Jesus? But even then, Jesus would want you to be healthy. He'd tell you go to bed. He'd say you get rest and lest do wicked. Breathing. Breathe deep breath. This guy, he said, depending on what type of wolf you are. Bitch, I'm a human. You think I want to lick my balls to clean myself? You think I'm covered in fur? What's wrong with you? How is that even attractive? Who did this to you? I'm sorry. Your comment won't go away. That's why I'm seeing. How is that? Is that what got you? Is that definitely worked on you because somebody said that to you, but yeah, man. I ain't doing shrooms. Life already tripped me out. LARPing as Paw Patrol. You broke your fast? Nice. How long? Did you say you did 5 days? Doesn't it feel good? I hope you're gonna have a little bit of poops, but it was a great time. I hope. Your dog does better on Tinder than you do? That sucks. But like, I don't know, man. I've seen people talk about like modern day dating, and like, you know, I have friends who are still single, but like, yeah, I think you just gotta, I'm telling you, man, they'll Jesus fish you, but you should just go talk to people in real life, and if they're any sort of weird, man, just run away for your life. You know that? Just run away for your life. I wouldn't even I feel it's terrible, bro. I'm so glad that I met my girlfriend when I did. Now, I'm sorry to bring up my girlfriend, but it's a different world out there, man. These bitches is crazy. Both sides, even the guys. You're either if like for the women, you either get like a fucking clavicle or you get a fucking Reddit motherfucker. That's insane. I can't, like, dude, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. So if I was you, I would just have a credit. This is the same advice I would give back in the day. I just mean it more than ever now. Like, you got to really stick with it. You should just have an extremely high standard and then talk to as many people as you can. That is your best way, I promise you. If you actually go, like, talk, you have to go talk to a lot of people. You know, like, you're going to have better chances in real life because everybody is on the internet, and there's, like, I don't know, the generations are, it's just, there's been a lot of changes. So if I were you, and then, you know, you have a good standard, have good values, and if anybody doesn't meet that, you've run. Like, you actually sprint away. I'm not even fucking with you. Because, like, it's not like, otherwise, if you really want to, like, find a girlfriend, just agree. That's all you have to do. You know that, right? But then it's hell. I would hate it, bro. I would hate it. You know that? I don't even, like, wish problems on my enemies. I just hope they meet a girl in this environment. You know that? Because that girl will probably destroy them more than I've seen it. You know how many times I've seen it? You know how many Chads beyond the fucking but, you know, leave the gambling out. You get through all of your I think it's top 4, top 5, and they're just like, I was with this girl, and then so and so and so and so, and then boom, that's it. So I don't know. It's just don't ever let your anything get to you. I don't care. I'm telling you, bro. I'd rather have no friends. I'd rather be lonely, and the Lord will provide. But if, oh man, if you try to, they'll fucking eat you alive. But that's what I'm telling you, bro. You can, but you have to, if you really care about it, and you're like, okay, this is what I want. But I think go out in person. Internet's dope. I mean, you might meet somebody on the internet if it happens naturally, but I do think you gotta go out and then just talk to people, because there's nicer people in real life. You remember when I was telling you that? Like, I'm telling you, everybody in real life is so much different. It's so funny, bro. Like, motherfuckers are completely different in real life. So I think too, you'll have a better chance of, like, meeting somebody more genuine. Whereas the internet, Tinders, all that shit is very it's a very weird algorithmic game. And then again, I've heard of people talk about, like, since 2020, like 2020 has caused, like, it's like weird like avoidance issues. Like, it's like a trend of people who, like, they don't want to, like, talk to people. It's real. Like, I understand not talking to people, because if I talk to people, they're like, show me the evidence. I show them show me the evidence. I don't see the evidence. I mean, it's right here. Show me the evidence. I hate you. Who'd you vote for, bitch? Who'd you vote, you fascist? Fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't talk for other reasons. But nah, like, yeah, you guys, avoidant attachment, I think is what it's called. It's a new thing. It's a new thing where, like, people will just, like, talk to somebody and then just not talk to them. And, like, people, like, don't make plans, or, like, anytime it gets to become, like, effortful, they just, that's it. Where are you saying? Where to talk to people? Outside. It will require leaving your home. Go to anywhere you go. At the gas station. It's kind of weird at the gas station, but that's the first place I'm thinking. I'm thinking minimal effort here, guys. Starbucks, go to a mall, go to a restaurant. You go anywhere out in public, and then you say, hello, how are you? Oh, shit. Oh, okay, it's mine. So, yeah, there's many, many places. Dog park. Oh, I mean, yeah, but, like, oh, wait, you already have a dog, homie. Homie said his dog did better. Why don't you just go to dog parks? Yeah. But then don't get a dog to, like, meet girls. That's terrible, dude. Like, think about the dog, dude. You're like, I hate this fucking dog. I'm like, what? You could always go to a dog and be like, I was thinking about getting a dog. Can I meet your dog? So, yeah, I do. That's what people were doing back in the day. Like, people used to just get dogs, because, like, girls will talk to you, bro. I'm telling you. My girlfriend's dog, bro, absolute chick magnet. I even told her. I said she left me with this dog and I walked around with it for a day, I've never had that many girls come up and talk to me. Now, granted, they always go, oh, but like they're not talking about me. That's what I told her. We were walking the other day and I had the dog. I turned the corner and some girls just like, oh, and I'm like, stop it. But no, they're not referencing me. So like, it's not, it like, yeah, it will, like it will open up a conversation, but like, don't underestimate. They do like the dog way more. Like, that's how I am. Like when I see like nice dogs, I'm like, oh, I love dogs. I like seeing dogs in public, but I'm not like, hello, owner. Wow, master, how are you? It looks like you have good animal genetics. Wow. I'm like, yeah, so he does. He's a magnet, dude. But then again, you gotta cats. Did I tell you that the other day? Was that over the break? I swear to you, bro, we were at the beach and no lie, bro, I saw first time I've seen it like this. I saw somebody walking 4 cats. They had one on a leash, they had 2 in a stroller, and then they had 1 in a backpack. And it was weird, bro. I mean, guess what though? It was a couple. And guess what, man? I think he didn't take my advice, to be honest with you. And that's why he be walking. He looked miserable, bro. Just walking these cats outside, bro, at the beach. I was like, bro, nah, it was intense. It was intense. I've never seen that. But you can take cats outside. I don't know what that's going to get you, though. You take your cats on walks. As long as you have less than 3, I'm down. I think if you got more than 4 cats, though, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they take care of themselves, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. If you got 4 cats, that's insanity. And then you take them outside in a backpack and a stroller and then on a leash. That's so much. Well, yeah, that blew my mind. A serval cat? Don't tell me you got one of them hissing fucking raw chicken eating cats. Is it really, bro? Do you got one of them big? Oh my gosh, you do. Is it, bro? Is he eat raw chicken and shit, huh? Dog, I saw one of them. I have to ask my girl for the video. And all it does is just like, you like pull out food and it goes, I'm like, it just seems angry all the fucking time. I'm like, why you want that dinosaur in your house all the time, bro? Serval cats, do they make good pets? Oh, they look cute when they're small.
Legal, as you will not be able to find proper veterinary care.
They're illegal?
Which is already difficult to find for a serval. The truth of it is, cats get out at some point or another. Already very set of your house, car rides. That cat.
It's just showing how big is this guy?
Where things get fascinating.
Yeah, bro, you got a fucking
Servals
jaguar.
are nicknamed the jumping cats for a reason. They can where they can live.
It looks a little smaller though, but then what's the other one that's like literally it's a dinosaur? And they eat raw chicken and they just growl at motherfucker. It just pissed off all the damn time. I saw Fermi running earlier, but remember didn't they have that offer? I think we might have an old play on it. Remember they had the backed out offer or something of that nature? You learned about that? The guy that put you onto your channel is an avoidant? No, what? You're here because of a guy? And then, damn, that's happened a few times already. I don't want to get in the middle, but like if you get a long term and flex on his ass, I support that. I'm just saying, I'm all about just fucking up everything with the long term. You understand? I think that's the best way. And you'd be like, did you get a long term? Exactly, you avoidant piece of shit. And then I'll be like, damn, she have a point. She have a point. But I've seen that happen a couple of times. But yeah, just get a long term, bro. Out here flexing on fallen fans. He might still. She didn't say. She just said, I think they just broke up maybe. But she didn't say. I'm just saying whoever got the best long term. And then again, if y'all both end up walking away with the good long term, maybe y'all can reconcile. See? You'd be like, wow, we was meant to be. Otherwise, if he ain't got a long term, and then, you know what I'm saying, you'd be like, what the, this makes no sense. Like, I knew we weren't compatible. Michael Burry, I no longer like Shift 4. Wow. No way. That's good. Hopefully you don't shit on. You know, Fizzerv is like Shift 4 in a weird way. Michael, come to Fizzerv, Michael. Tell me if you see the value I see, Michael. I put low value, low risk, Michael. Low risk, Michael. Please, Michael. That's crazy. He likes Shift 4, though. Remember, Shift 4 was kind of like Fizzerv when it got clapped a little bit there. And we got 30 minutes remaining. No, that's what I'm saying. You get a long term, even if you disappear for a little bit, if you stick to it, just check in once a month on the other channel, you're gonna come back with more. But then if you like drop it and not, you're gonna be like, what's up, man? You remember? I'll be like, yeah, man, I remember. Did you stick with it? I know, Baidu. That was good for, remember, that was a long-term pick too, man. We had a lot of bangers. That one did some work. We're up 85%. Okay, holy fuck, you're right. What's Baba at? Baba's 123. But yeah, I'm glad we got to stack those up. They grew. I didn't want that much China, but you know, we got a good price on it. Email a pic of the cat. Yeah, bro, I would love to see this fucking dinosaur. Bro, you have a dinosaur. You have a panther. I like panthers, though. Have you ever seen, like, a baby panther? I would so want a panther. You guys have no idea how hard I fight every day to not get some crazy-ass animal now that we have a farm. But now I can't do it. And anybody wants to do it, bro. If anybody, you got to either rent it. I'll rent you out the barn. Or you got to be able to generate some income off of the animals, and I'll let you raise the animals. Otherwise, I'm doing the greenhouse. We got to get the grants in before February. When should you exercise a call? If you want to own the stock, I think is really the best way. Otherwise, you're the better risk to reward to hold it, or if it's close to expiration. If you tell me the play, I could give you more info on it, but it also depends on your goal. But like, I have exercised plays before. Usually it's to hold it, and then sometimes I've accidentally exercised it. Like, I got 100 shares of what was it, Paramount WBD or whatever, the buyout one, just because I got an in the money penny option, and then it ended up turning into shares on accident. I forgot to sell it, but otherwise I exercise if I want to hold it, and then turn it into the long term. Because like some of those Intels, we bought those Intels as well as the long term. If you bought one of those quarter Intels, I mean, some of them are fucking ridiculous. And if it's in the money, you just turn $25 into literally a very golden entry position. You have 4 Baidu at 100. When do they expire? So depending on when they expire, it would make sense. The only problem, like, I've held Baidu for a really long time. That thing will fall out the money quick. And then let me tell you this. I'd love to help you with this, but that's just not long term. So, they expire Friday? Then yeah, I think it's just a matter of taking profit, or if you really want to hold them and for a long term, exercise them. But Baba and Baidu, I mean, you're $60 in the money on both of them, give or take. So, wait, when did you buy them? You bought them last year, right? You had to have. There's no way you're $60 in the money in like a day. But yeah, if you want to hold it for the long term and you think that's a good price, I would exercise them and then transfer it to the long term. But other than that, if it's something where you're like, it's about to expire, more of a trade, then I would just walk away, take the profit, and then you're good to go. I feel you, because I had contracts before I knew it. 1 year went by. So yeah, I see. So if you can, if you really want to keep it, you could do it. But if you do exercise it, you better hold it in the long term. But if you have 2, why not? You could do one of each, but I don't want to influence you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do 200 shares of Baidu, do 100 shares of Baba, and then literally the sale would pay for it. I'm assuming, because they're $5,000 in the money. So you could make it free, sell however many would pay for 100 shares of either or. I do like Baba better than Baidu, but Baidu has more upside. But then Baidu could also fucking tank on you. I'm just speaking from personal experience. Meta dumped on that headline? Why? Cut the whole entire Reality Labs. But you guys know the Meta goggles or the Meta glasses are doing so good. Can you donate 25 strawberry plants and 2 pomegranate trees? I'd kind of be down. I need to set up the greenhouse. And then I think I might plant grapes. And then I want garlic, but we have to wait for garlic. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on the farm. They cheat and use them at school. Do you guys want me to tell you how to do it? Not how to cheat, but like how to like low-key hack the Meta goggles. So if you have the Meta Ray-Bans, what you do is you make a private Instagram. Go make like a burner Instagram. Connect it to the burner Instagram. And then go live on the burner Instagram. And now you could record unlimited. Ta-da! Because then it'll go, because you could stream live. You just need internet. So then that way you could stream through the glasses without any recording limit on the time. And then when you're done, you could just save the video after the live is done. Ta-da! Yeah, I just want transitions. Dog, I remember when transitions came out. I got old contracts on JD, but I don't think JD's a good long-term. I just don't like it as much. Just because, like, when we even bought China, it's still risky, even to this day. But the whole idea is you kind of want the big guys. Like, JD's decent, but it's, like, Baba, Baidu are, like, massive. No, you can live stream on the Meta goggles. Why do I keep calling them goggles? But, yeah, you could live stream on them, but you can't record past 3 minutes. So if you wanted to go past 3 minutes, or if you had somebody on the other end, you could turn them into like monitoring goggles. Why do I keep calling them goggles? The quality's like, it's a little bit worse because of the internet, but that way you could literally do it for as long as the battery. You grew garlic last year? No way. How, dude, you know garlic is booming, right? That's what somebody put me onto. They were like, dude, garlic is money. You make a lot. There's unlimited demand. Everybody loves garlic. And then, I mean, considering the composition of Congress nowadays, I think it makes sense. But yeah, garlic is it's fire. And like, so it's a really profitable plant. And isn't it pretty easy to grow? Is Ozempic even unhealthy in any way? Yeah, I mean, like, the whole, like, fucking shut off your stomach, it does have some effects. I mean, most people have found out there's a lot of positive effects, but it does have some negative, very negative reactions. But consult with your doctor and look into it. And then even then, just sometimes losing a lot of weight without, like, building muscle and, like, yeah, your bones too, it's not really good. That's why people, like, Ozempic face is coming back again. A lot of people, you know, as we're talking about it today, even the last couple weeks, you know, there's been the trends on Ozempic have kind of coming back again. People are getting hyped up on all this stuff, and a lot of people are using it again. It feels like there's like another wave of Ozempic users coming in, and essentially it's, you know, a lot of people are talking about the physical look of it. Because, like, it really, like, it leaves you looking a certain way because you just lose weight so fast. And then it's not the same muscle building. And then, yeah. So, surprised it had it. Let me put it this way: there is a lot of there's a lot less bad things that I've seen from what I was expecting a couple of years ago. I thought people were just gonna lose arms and shit. I was not gonna lie to you. I said, no way this could be good, but so far, like 5 to 7 years later, it's done pretty well. But yeah, it's not too bad. Meta's dropping. But yeah, it all depends though. It really depends on what you have and how you use it, what you're using it for. No, I didn't watch Clarkson Farms. I watched the video Chad sent me on truffle farming because I was like, I'm kind of down, but it wasn't as easy. Yeah, palm trees and coconuts are big money. I remember that. I remember back in the day when I found out like palm trees would sell. Dude, palm trees will sell for like $20K. OpenAI acquires healthcare startup Torch, which unifies lab results, medications, and how did they even have money? Are we gonna New Year? We all forgot they don't have money, but they have money, but they don't. You will stop using it. You gain the weight back, and that's where the Ozempic pills come into play. But yeah, it's crazy though. I mean, remember though, like I'm saying, when it first came out, just of how dramatic it was in terms of like the reactions on people. I know a lot of people thought it was going to be a lot worse, but then again, it's still kind of early in its own way. We even hit a new high today. You tried it once and got sick. Oh, Ozempic? No way. You had to go to the hospital, ended up getting fluids, lost 10 pounds. It works. Amazing. That's funny. That's scary. I told you, people, I know people who took Ozempic and then they just kept eating and then it didn't work. That happens too. It's not, I know a lot of people think it's like, you know, not there, you know? So, but it's like, it's very surprising. Hold on. What's this? Give me a sec. Oh, I only have 15 minutes left. Banks short silver. Some are. I mean, we've talked about that for a little bit, but yeah, I mean, today, dude, silver just blew up though. Like all the fundamentals and even some of the events regarding silver, all of this Trump shit kind of fucked it up. Just convert your silver to gold. That's not a bad idea. But fucking gold is up a lot too. Trump has told aides Attorney General is weak, ineffective enforcer. Oh, about the guy he fired. Yeah, I don't think... that's what I was saying. I think the silver shorting was a little dramatic. But even then, like, everything that happened right now was just... that was just... It fucking was crazy. I can't even believe... I don't think that's the big issue. I think more of silver is related to the solar energy. And the energy, and then all the other stuff with AI and weapons, European defense, you name it. But a lot of the short-term like ideas around silver, they just got exploded after after the damn Powell video. CNC. Trump unhappy about Pam Bondi's performance. Isn't she the one who was it who's heading the DOJ? Because is that a hint at the Powell thing or no? About Swiss bank going insolvent by February 15th? I don't think so. The Swiss bank has remember, they own a lot of tech. I think they own like, what, 3-4% of our stock market or something? They own a lot of the NASDAQ stocks. There was a town in Switzerland. There was like a big fire on New Year's. It was actually a huge tragedy in Switzerland. But they, the what's it called? Like, in that town might go bankrupt because of the accident. But I don't think the SNSB, or the Swiss National Bank, I don't think they're at any risk of going insolvent. They remember in 2023 when the NASDAQ 100 dropped a lot, people were worried about it, but I don't think right now. For a good short term. I don't know if it'll hit or not, but they're gonna have a catalyst tonight, so that's the risk you could take on it. But then they already moved 4 or 5% today, so but yeah, I'm not too sure. Trump is complaining repeatedly to aides. How much time we got? 10 minutes. I don't know. Is that a hint at the? Because was it Pam Bondi? She's the head of the DOJ, right? Or who is it? Yeah, the Attorney General. Well, she's not heading up the DOJ, but that could be a hint at him kind of trying to say it was her, not him. Because remember, he didn't, he hasn't commented on the Powell thing. And look we're closing in 10 minutes right now, and he hasn't said anything. CNC. Oh yeah, she's the AG. 10-minute rate. Healthcare got a little bit of a boost, and then banks. Literally Morgan Stanley. So again, tomorrow is Citi. And then there's a couple of other ones throughout the week, but bank earnings. And then tomorrow is CPI. I'm going to try to be on early tomorrow. It's a first CPI in a couple of months, so we'll see. I think this one's going to be actually a little bit more up to date. I think there's still a little bit of weird quirks in it, but yeah, you are going to be getting an event tomorrow. So keep that in mind, my friends. But yeah, I'd wrap it up. There's your final move. And watch that Pam Bondi shit. See if he's going to try to throw her under the bus for Powell. He might. Now that I'm telling you, we haven't heard from him all day. That is the real big issue. And now, so the first comment from the president is talking about the attorney general, and if he ties it into that, I mean, that could be the way out, because then he's going to say, I don't know, I didn't tell her to. She's going rogue. Listen, I don't disagree, but still, I didn't, that's not my fault. That's them. I said, dude, nope, I'm free from influence. Separate the church and state, but fire the other guy. You're fired. What the fuck? Sir, that doesn't... Shh. Come here, look at the ballroom. Come here, you see this? Look at that. Wow. Beautiful, isn't it? Wow. All right. Cracker Barrel. Surprised no one brought that up for the long term. You guys remember the Cracker Barrel fiasco? That was fun. I can't believe that dropped it from 75 to 30. City to cut 1,000 jobs this week as part of cost reduction. Get that long term. FTV. You know, the entire ownership was all logo designers. I don't know. I think people just wanted to revolt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people get like that, and then they played into it, and the next thing you know, it's down 70%. It happens. But Chad, wrap it up. 30 seconds till final five. Again, I'd finalize bank earnings, biotechs, if you're going to play any of those. Again, a couple of tech runners today, but make up your mind, and you'll be good. A lot of the good. Tell me why. Disney on the low. Yeah, Pfizer, again, they had some updates there. They had their presentation. Tomorrow morning, you're going to get all the other JP Morgan ones. Again, we went over a list. I don't know if you guys were here earlier, but I did give you probably 15, 20 names to look out for. And then tomorrow, I'll have another one for you as we get the morning started. And you'll be good to go. And please get a long term. That's all you got to do in life. Remember the short terms, because again, even some of these days where it melts up, there were some good trades if you take them in the morning, but after that, it's kind of kind of just melts on up with not that much room to squeeze out some gains. It still goes up, but it's a lot harder. So we'll see. I'm sure one of these days we're going to get some policy and news plays tomorrow morning on the data. We should get a little bit of excitement, and then we will be good to go. Kraft. I like Kraft, but I don't. It really hasn't done much, but I do think they have good value. I don't know much about their dividend. It just, if a lot of those other names we went over, if they keep ripping and you can't find a good value name, we could go to those second, third tier ones. But for now, I personally would like I like General Mills more than Kraft. But again, it's a good company. It just hasn't really done much. That stock has remained stagnant for almost a decade, really. Trump nears Taiwan trade deal. Taiwan, that was earlier. Zuckerberg announces top-level initiative, Meta Compute, to be led by Santosh Janardhan and Daniel Gross. I swear I thought he was about to say Satoshi. Led by Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Yokohama is like Satoshi, but it's different. Yeah, man. Rapparoony Chattadoony. Bring it home. You're not alone. And buy a home. And save 10%. The market did shrug off the Powell thing. And again, I mean, you went all day without Donald Trump saying anything. And even then, that little comment we just got could be him throwing him under the bus, or Pam Bondi. But like I'm telling you, whether that develops or not, you focus on the sell America trade or the dollar debasement. That's really the next level, right? Because that's like what if, like what happens next? And that's the way to interpret it very well, I think. And you'll be good to go. So we'll see. And then I'm sure the data tomorrow, that might factor into some things. And then before you know it, the bank earnings is going to give us a lot to chew on. You got a bunch of Fed speakers this week. You'll even get a little bit more sets of the data. And then after that, we'll be good to go. And hopefully, as we get into the middle of the month here, the middle of the first month, we'll start to kind of see how policy and other stuff is unfolding. Again, we have a lot of it should be potential tailwinds from tax and policy, but then again, that could always play out a little weirder. Yeah, the railroads are going up right now. So very interesting. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a long trade. Chattadonia. Franklin Convoy. GE. There's a lot of these running. You only have 1 minute. Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures, Rapparoony. And make up your mind. Again, you're going to wake up to data tomorrow, so if you are playing any broader market plays, it's going to be probably relying on the CPI. And then after that, it'll be a couple of earnings, more healthcare conference, and maybe you'll get a couple of updates, too, out of the G7 stuff. But less than 10 seconds. Wrap it up and bring it home. It's a good day in the books, baby. Good day in the books, and a lot more to look forward to. But wrap it up. 3, 2, 1. Ding 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 ding. Horna Chattadonia. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? We did it. We made it. 7 hours in the books. How you feeling, baby? That's a happy Monday right there. You did. I need a GG in the chat. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? My account is being used. What? Hold on, bro. Wait, we got a technical difficulty. It'll give you sometimes for a GG. You drop your GG, bro. I need a GG in the chat, bro. There you go. Let me get a GG, baby. That's it. You made it. 7 hours. I know you learned something. I hope you got a long term. I learned something. We got some opportunity. Let me get that GG, baby. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed. Everybody that didn't complain and instead went to get the gain, and the gain for the long term. I love you. And God bless you. Get ready for 2026. Focus on what's good. Focus on the growth. Everything else falls away. I've been trying to tell them, listen to the quality, the law, listen to the thesis. Well, God bless y'all, man. I appreciate you, for real. Everybody holding it down. Members, non-members, stream alerts, the locked in. Everybody who got a long-term and something to show for it. Everybody giving good conversation, good information. You telling me what you're doing with information. God bless you, baby. And Gigi, thank you for your time, my friends. I need a delay, Gigi, man. Y'all better get that in there. That's what I'm talking about. Amen. And God bless the chat. God bless Chatadonia. God bless the veterans. Thank you, and I love you all. I need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me. Let's talk. Oh, this comes on next? I'm down. Let this one ride, bro.
Yeah, where's your
God bless you. Have a good day. Happy Monday.
Yeah, I mean,
we got a day to finish out. Go move the body, bro. Get that gym ayahuasca. Go to the gym, damn it.
That's me.
They don't
you
feel
can just
me.
call me JP. I do not answer no questions. You can leave that to Shaki. Kamala riding with me. She'll lock you up for some weed. Say bad things about the vaccine. I'ma make sure you don't speak. Got a laptop you won't see. Hunter, I love her, but that shit was weird with his feet. I love my Congressman Trey. Shout out to Nancy, she paid. Double your gas in a day. Them will say Putin's to blame. Real politics in your face. 500 bill on the way. 500 mil to Ukraine. Every day. Javelins keeping them safe. Fuck it, just send them some planes. Tell them keep growing them grains. All of my bros in 8-0. None of they borders is closed. All of us got climate goals. All of us straight together. Strategically releasing the ore. They said that Putin won't fold. They in my cabinet no more. Fuck the squad, fuck the foe. Had a 9, fuck a roll. Now we going practical. Hunter, my dog, that's for sure. We ain't gon' fight about shit, especially not 10%. We ain't gon' fight about hoes. Me and Nance get the votes. Lobby that shit on the low. I got Congress in control. I got your student low froze. I got your mortgages froze. I got Keystone on froze. But mention and cinema froze. I'm getting faded, I'm eating this ice cream. I don't like voters who whitey. Questions from press, that's unlikely. Bring up Trump if they don't like me. They give me the Eddie, I wake up. Passing bills, that's a layup. I'm the big man, I got say so. They lock you down if I say so. Booster on booster on booster. Mandate on mandate on mandate. I just get Evie a test rate. Fuck you, Elon, I won't even say your name. Came in the office already ballin'. Silent just ain't changed my name to Stalin. Right off the screen and I'm gone with the wind. Do nothing about something till they pass a bill. Pull up in a brand new Benz truck. Hop up fresher than a red shirt. How I got it, how to just, yeah. How I gotta make it one car. Station on your block, took off. Mixing up my words, I'm live. So I think they mad. My fault, talking about inflation. I caused dumping our oil, turned me to a savage. $1 saved on a gallon. Fuck OPEC and King Salmon. And fresh, I'm tired.
I love it. I love it. Good times, bro. Good times. So, Chatadonia. God bless you, man. It was a good day. I think a very good day. I got a couple long terms sent, a couple of non-terms, but let's go, man. We got 2026 ahead. I encourage you to pay attention to the theses and what's developing, man. Don't get too short-sighted. You might miss some of the greatest opportunities, and you all have opportunity. And if you start small and consistently, you're gonna have a good time. I mean, ask about it. Anybody who has had a good time. The question is, will you get choked out by the thorns? Will you get plucked from the path? Will you not develop the roots? And if you could avoid all that, baby, you let the leaves fall. It's gonna be fruit. That's exciting. So God bless you, man. Thank you for your time, Chatadonia. I'll see you tonight. We'll have a watch list. That'll be for the locked in guys. Because again, the watch list, my friend. Oh, why is Netflix dropping? That's going to be more, again, short term. I think once we could highlight that the long term is really being taken advantage of, I would love to return back to all of that other stuff. But until then, man, I do this out of the event of trying to protect everybody. And I know it's not all my responsibility, but I do take a lot of responsibility because, yeah, man, I've seen a world's difference. So please get a long term. And if you really want to take advantage of everything here, it's going to start with the foundation. And if you have a good foundation, you're going to rock with everything, man. You're going to really understand it, and it's going to be able to provide a lot more fruit, man. The harvest is plenty. The workers are few. I give you the recipe, dog. Just don't add anything to it. Don't take anything away. You could cook how you want to cook. Oh, they don't. That's why we're here, baby. Finger to the sky. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Chattadonia. Have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all tonight and tomorrow. And get ready for it. CPI, we should be on a little bit earlier, so we'll see where it all plays out, baby. Have a good one, and peace. Give him one, bro. Sad.
This is where our story ends.
I wanna know the answer to this question. I wanna know how you feel.
This is where our story ends.
If the flesh worth the pound and the yen is for your head, good until I cancel it, you feel it over there. Think I'm colorblind, my screen is on the green and red. Seeing dollar signs, praying I'm not disillusioned. My word is being sterling, the world keep turning. The words sound loony, the truth is returned. Ironically, the businessman is found at burning. Being frank, I stopped feeling bad when they stopped learning. Truth back, some of y'all should turn the track down. Flip the script, I'm not the ghost, I'm the fucking Pac-Man. Let you little kids play, time to hand it back now. You saw me never sell a stack, you think I'll really back down? Tell me how that bias going, why is mine overflowing? Showing it through the show and growing like the things you know I'm owning. Over all the hoe and all the smoke they blowing, can't condone it. Make a good choice about the things you hold. A stock on my nuts, tell the block run it up. I gave them 2 more, they only asked for a deluxe. I made another non-turn, they told me double up. You want me to keep going, sounds already did enough. I'm not even that tough, I call God, I don't gotta call they bluff. How they all talk, but they still not speaking up. How you think I'm gonna respond when your fist is barred up? Lost the battle, won the war, wanted more but got the morgue. I was sure I wasn't sure, that's a window or a door. Knock it down and praise the Lord, that's the bottom, that's the floor. Yeah, I called it all before, I got the numbers, check the score. That's a meta, that's a Netflix, somebody please hit the horn. From the moment I was born, I could notice how they scorn, but I focused on the Lord. More the passion from the board, sure, other factors played of course, but it's amazing how we play when nobody showed us how to play the chords. Last verse, so it's